G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. Doing something a little different today, got a bit of fun for you, doing a comparison. Now one of my favourite drinks is a whiskey sour. Nice and simple, a classic, and I really love whiskey sour. You can make so many variations of it just by changing the whiskey you use. Some people like a bourbon, and of course there's a whole spectrum of bourbons. Some people prefer it with a rye whiskey, and some people will make it with Scotch or even an Irish whiskey. I'm going to make it with an Australian whiskey, Starward's Twofold, and it's got its own unique taste. The two part of it is the base is it's wheat and malted barley, and it was aged in Australian red wine barrels, and it's good. It is really good. It's in whiskey terms, it's quite light, it's quite easy going, and it isn't peated. Definitely, no one in Australia peats their whiskey, I don't think. But it makes a really nice whiskey sour. So this is the whiskey I'm using, but I always put egg white in my whiskey sours. I like them foamy. A lot of people say, well, the foamy bit is optional. I don't think so, really. I think it's an integral part of the drink. I always use egg white, but egg white isn't the only thing that you can use to create that foaming effect. And a lot of people have reasons for not wanting to use egg white. They don't like eggs, they may be vegan, they may be worried about the idea of using unpasteurized egg white in a drink, worrying that there might be some salmonella risk. Don't really think so when you're putting a decent whack of whiskey in there, but there are valid reasons for not wanting to use egg white. Another product you can use is known as Aquafaba. It is essentially the water from cooking legumes. So if you cook chickpeas, or get a tin of chickpeas, or according to the person who I'm trusting, butter beans works. I had some butter beans in the pantry, so I'm using the Aquafaba from butter beans as a comparison. And third, something I got recently, where is it? Been trying to give meaning to my life while in coronavirus lockdown with online shopping. And this is one of the things I got. It's a product called Wonderfoam, specifically to make cocktails foam up. You use 3 or 4 drops, and they say it has the same effect as the egg white or the Aquafaba. And I've been meaning to try this for ages, and I finally got it. A store here in Melbourne called the Bitters Lab. Their online store is called Only Bitters. Has just an incredible spectrum of stuff for cocktail makers. From, as the name suggests, Only Bitters, hundreds of different sorts of bitters. They have cocktail barware, they have some specialty liqueurs, vermouths and spirits as well. Not sponsored, by the way. Bought this with my own cash. I just think it's a great shop. If you're looking for that type of thing, onlybitters.com is a really great source. This will be the first time I've used Wonderfoam. I think I have made a sour with Aquafaba before. Generally I make it with egg white, but I'm going to try and make 3 whiskey sours really quickly. One with egg white, one with Aquafaba, one with Wonderfoam, and then with the help of my lovely other half, I will be blind taste testing each 3 to try and determine 2 things. One, if I can tell the difference between them at all, and if I can pick which is which, and 2, if I can pick out which one I actually prefer taste-wise. Now obviously that's not going to necessarily be your taste as well, but I'm doing what I can do. So I'm going to taste test the 3, see if I can tell them apart, see if I know which is which, and then see if I think one tastes significantly better than the others, or even a little better than the others. So now I'm going to, as fast as I can, make 3 whiskey sours. So we're going 2 ounces of our whiskey, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of sugar syrup, and for fun, the first one I'm going to do is Wonderfoam. I'm going to put 4 drops of Wonderfoam, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now dry shake first, followed by a wet shake. Dry shake, no ice, and I'm not sure if you have to do this with Wonderfoam, but it's what I'll do with the others. So dry shake, no ice. Just really get stuff happening in there. And then I'm going to add ice and do a wet shake. And then I'm going to put it in a glass with a big chunk of ice. Here comes the wet shake. I'm simply going to strain with my Hawthorn strainer for the Wonderfoam, because I don't think I need it. It has foamed. I feel like the wet shake might have defoamed it a little. I'll have to experiment more, but that's the Wonderfoam. And now comes the blind taste test. My assistant will hand me one of the 3 cocktails, and then I am going to taste it. All right, let me see here. All right. Oh, love whiskey sours. It's really good. Okay, that's that one. And now for another one. Oh, yes. Guess what? I really like whiskey sours. Now, the final one, to see if I can tell them apart. Okay, now here is my punt. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I think the first one was Wonderfoam, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, it was actually, and I may have done it wrong, it wasn't as foamy, I could tell. I think the second one was egg white, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, and the third one was the Aquafaba. Okay, excellent. I'm a genius, apparently. Odds were against me randomly guessing that. I was very sure the first one was Wonderfoam. There was a little bit of guessing. Like, I don't think either of these tastes bad. There's often arguments between egg white and Aquafaba of which tastes no, that tastes good. That tastes also good. There's possibly for me, egg white's a bit richer in taste. Like, I can taste the lemon more in the Aquafaba. And that was the kind of thing that tipped me off. Though I think because I usually have egg white whiskey sours, I'm used to them being that extra bit creamier. I think the egg white made it a bit creamier than the Aquafaba. They all worked. None of them tasted bad. I think I need to experiment a bit more with the Aquafaba. If I show it to you, you can see it's not as foamy, and that might have been my shaking. I'll have to experiment a bit more. It tastes good though. Yeah, I know. I've seen some of the foaming products be called soapy online. This isn't at all. So there you go. Options, people. There is a difference. To my mind, none of them taste bad, but if you want your foamy cocktail, you can go egg white, you can go Aquafaba, or you can go Wonderfoam. Also, remember me and my milk clarifications, the whey from milk clarification will also do this. Look at my back catalogue, I actually made a New York sour with a clarified New York sour. So you can also get the foaming from liquid whey. So the world's your oyster, you can try any of those. I think they all work. I think they all taste good. None of them put me off, definitely. Me being me, I'll probably use the Wonderfoam now because I don't have to look for eggs anymore, and I don't have to think of something to do with the yolks that I don't use. But I'd be interested if you've ever tried any of the foaming products, what you think. I've got 3 whiskey sours to finish, so I'm happy. Here, back on my double fisting bullshit again. What are you going to do with me? Hopefully, you're going to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Click the notification bell. Tell your friends. Tell me what you think is the best way to make a whiskey sour. I'm always interested to hear from other people, and I hope that you'll be back again soon. I'll leave you now with a double cheers.